There's a question that lingers in the quiet corners of the internet, whispered in late-night search histories and hushed conversations. It's a topic shrouded in myths, anxiety, and a flood of misinformation. What really happens to your body, specifically your prostate, if you masturbate every single day? Online rumors and fear-mongering posts might have you believing it's dangerous, that it could damage your prostate, cause inflammation, or even lead to something as serious as cancer. The concerns are real, and the stakes feel high. But what does science actually say about this? I'm going to lay out the truth, and trust me, the answer is surprisingly likely not what you've been led to believe. Stay with me because this is something you won't want to miss. To understand the reality, we first need to know what we're dealing with: the prostate gland. It's a small, walnut-sized organ in the male reproductive system, sitting just below the bladder and in front of the rectum. Its primary role is to produce the fluid that nourishes and carries sperm, forming a key component of semen. Despite its small size, the prostate plays a massive role in a man's health, especially as he ages, which is why it's often at the center of so much worry. You've probably come across the claims, locker room talk, or internet threads warning that frequent masturbation might wear out the prostate, lead to chronic inflammation, a condition called prostatitis, or, most alarmingly, increase the risk of prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers among men, so anything that might influence its risk understandably raises red flags. For years, these fears circulated unchallenged, often rooted in old wives' tales or moral warnings dressed up as health advice. But then, researchers at one of the world's most respected institutions decided to stop speculating and put these myths to the test with a rigorous, long-term scientific study. What they discovered didn't just debunk the myths, it completely reshaped the conversation about masturbation and prostate health. The study in question came from Harvard University, specifically the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. This wasn't a small-scale survey but a massive effort, tracking nearly 32,000 men over almost 2 decades. The researchers meticulously recorded details about the participants' lifestyles and health outcomes, with a particular focus on one key factor: ejaculation frequency. When they crunched the numbers, the results were nothing short of astonishing. Men who ejaculated more frequently had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Let me repeat that because it's worth sinking in. Higher ejaculation frequency was linked to a reduced risk of prostate cancer. The data was striking. Men who ejaculated 21 or more times per month had up to a 33% lower risk of prostate cancer, compared to those who ejaculated only 4 to 7 times per month. This finding turned the old fears upside down. Far from being harmful, frequent ejaculation appeared to have a protective effect. And this wasn't an isolated result. Other studies, including a major one from Australia, have backed up this link, reinforcing the evidence. So, why does this happen? How could something so straightforward have such a significant impact on prostate health? Scientists have developed a few compelling theories. The first is known as the prostate stagnation hypothesis. Picture the prostate's ducts as tiny pipes. Regular ejaculation may help flush these pipes, clearing out old cells, built-up secretions, and potentially harmful substances or carcinogens before they can linger, cause inflammation, or trigger the cellular changes that could lead to cancer. It's like a natural cleaning system for the prostate. Another theory focuses on cellular health. Every time a cell divides, there's a small chance of a genetic error, mutation that could potentially lead to cancer. Frequent ejaculation might promote a healthier cycle of cellular turnover, encouraging the prostate to replace old, potentially damaged cells with new, healthy ones more efficiently, reducing the window for cancerous cells to develop. A third idea ties into stress and inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a known risk factor for many cancers, and ejaculation is linked to reduced tension and psychological stress by lowering stress levels. Ejaculation might also reduce the body's overall inflammatory response, creating a healthier environment for the prostate. When you piece it all together, the science tells a clear story. Regular ejaculation, whether through sex or masturbation, seems to play a significant role in maintaining prostate health by clearing out the system, promoting healthy cell turnover, and possibly reducing inflammation. It's a powerful combination of effects, but for many, the concern isn't just about long-term risks like cancer, it's about the frustrating symptoms that can affect daily life right now. If you're dealing with issues like waking up multiple times at night to urinate, feeling like you can't fully empty your bladder, or noticing a weak urine stream, you know how aggravating these can be. These symptoms often point to prostate-related issues, and addressing them can make a big difference in quality of life. Now, you might be wondering, is frequent ejaculation a magic bullet? A guaranteed way to prevent prostate cancer? The answer requires some nuance. The research shows a strong correlation. But correlation doesn't always mean causation. Other factors could be at play. For instance, men who ejaculate more frequently might also tend to lead healthier lifestyles overall, and that combination could contribute to the reduced risk. Ejaculation frequency is likely one important piece of a larger puzzle when it comes to prostate health, but it's not the whole picture. It's a valuable tool, but not a replacement for other healthy habits. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats is critical for prostate health. Foods high in lycopene like tomatoes, watermelon, and grapefruit are particularly beneficial, as are green tea and omega-3 rich foods like fish. Regular exercise is another key factor. Maintaining a healthy weight through moderate physical activity, even just 30 minutes most days of the week, can lower the risk of more aggressive forms of prostate cancer, as obesity is a known risk factor. Avoiding smoking and limiting alcohol consumption also play a role, as both are linked to increased cancer risks and poorer overall health. Most importantly, nothing replaces regular medical checkups, especially for men over 40 or 50, or those with a family history of prostate cancer. Talking to your doctor about screening options like the PSA blood test is the most effective way to catch potential issues early, when they're most treatable. So, let's come back to the original question. What does daily masturbation do to your prostate? The surprising truth, backed by rigorous science, is that far from being harmful. As myths and fears have long suggested, it might be one of the simplest, most natural ways to support a healthier prostate over the long term. It's not a cure-all, and it doesn't replace a healthy lifestyle or regular doctor visits. But the evidence is compelling. A healthy sex life, including masturbation, is an ally, not an enemy in the quest for long-term prostate health. If you're curious about other men's health myths or want to dig deeper into the science, share your thoughts. What other topics should we explore next? Stay healthy, stay curious, and keep asking questions.